Hey everybody, it's Trucking Lock. Welcome back to the channel, and today I have a Goal P. This is a 6-pin tumbler. It is brown belt rated on the LPU belt ranking system, and this is by far one of the hardest locks that I have picked yet. So let's see if I can't get a pick and gut on this for you guys and girls, and see if I can't start earning my brown belt. And you'll see what I'm doing here. Sorry I can't really talk. I'll explain what I'm doing. You see me bouncing the pick, and maybe wondering why I'm doing that. Trucking A, brown belt. That's right, buddy. Whoo! Whoo, this lock is no joke. And the reason why you saw me bouncing it is because this plug has overmilling in it. But as you can see, it's open. Yeah, so I'll lock this back up, and let's gut this, and I'm going to make sure that this lock does not leave the frame while I gut this. Let me get rid of this vise. Grab a pinning tray. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'll grab my screwdriver. Take these little screws out of the tailstock or tailpiece. Ooh, it feels so good to finally get this lock picked. And hopefully this is a clean gut, and what I do is I'm going to shim it. I don't think I have to shim it, but I'm going to. And for anybody that is going to gut this lock, I'm going to show you, if you're not familiar with gold locks, they like to do this little thing. Let me turn that just a little bit, so that way it's not. Okay. Now there's two little ball bearings. That I will show you. Okay, let me put this here. Right here. Right behind. Oops. Yep, you see it right there on my thumbs? It's the tiniest little ball bearing. And a little spring, and they're right there in between chambers 2 and chambers 3. Let me knock that. Well, that's not going to come out. There's one on each side. And then you have these little springs, and these little things will launch themselves into orbit if you have any kind of pressure on them and hit them at a weird angle. Alright, so what I'll do is grab my tweezers. Where are you at? And I'll grab key pin 6. No, actually I won't grab it. I'll just dump them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, and then here on the core you can see it's got a little bit of overmilling. See, you can see that that top hole is just bigger than that bottom hole, but then it's also got a little bit of undercut to it. I'll get in focus. There you go. See, and those little lips will grab, and that's what I was bouncing, trying to. You go through and you get them all set into that, and then you have to figure out what's hanging. But yeah, so let me grab my handy dandy, pull this shim out of here. Okay, so we're starting the front. And these have a really cool feature to them. Oops, did that upside down, but you can see the way that came out. Come on, focus. The gen is down towards the Bible, or down towards the, well, that's number 1. I almost fudged that up. That would have sucked because I'd had to have picked it to get it back open after I locked it up. But there's a couple of things that I'll show you. Let me do it this way. But these you can, let's see if we can get this to focus. And you can just use real light pressure and they will actually sit there so you can see the orientation. That's just a spool. But then these key pins have a little pocket in them, so that way they have to go in one way. Well, I guess they don't have to, but you would over compress your springs. These springs are such a pain in the butt because they're so tiny. And then with this one right here, you can see the orientation. Oh, are you seriously going to do this right now? You can see the orientation on that gen. And then we'll turn this around. I'm trying to make sure I keep this in frame. You can see that gen was orientated right. You pain in the butt. There we go. I hope that didn't leave the frame. And you can see the orientation of another gin style. And I'll bring these up to get a real good close up after I'm done. I think I lost a spring somewhere. Ah, you bastard. Why aren't you coming out? There you go. And there's that other spring. And you can see there's nothing in the Bible. But let me put that here. Plug follower in that so that way it doesn't roll away on me. And you see there's the pinning. Oops, I need to turn this one around. Sorry, this just might. But there's the pinnings. And one thing that I would like to mention about this lock, I showed you those two little ball bearings. they go in these little holes right here. There's one here and one here. And they're a bear to squeeze in whenever you go to put it together. But yeah, you can see all those. And some people don't think that these are undercut, but that is a slight lip there. I mean, you saw how hard that bit up on that tweezer. So yeah, that's the Gold P, and I am super stoked. First brown belt lock, heck yeah. But that's everything I have for you today. Remember, like, subscribe. You know, I really appreciate it, and thank you for watching. And that's all I got for you now. So until we talk again, happy picking.